Good morning, sunshines. How are you? We're jamming today. Let me just unjam us a little bit because we're just rocking out at the club. Happy day. I hope you guys are having a gorgeous day. Here's my thoughts. Okay, so we're keeping going on this miracle morning together because y'all wanted me to. I'm just pulling up the time because I would not give anybody more than 10 minutes, I think, unless I was like, oh, that's my favorite ever. So I'm like, within 2 minutes, we're gonna do our beginning miracle morning routine together, and then we'll talk about whatever we have to talk about, which is kind of like our reading portion or the personal development portion, perhaps, so that you can get your savers done like really fast every single morning, right? So you start with your silence. You guys do that on your own. Like, let's not do it here, right? Your affirmations and gratitude, your visualization, maybe some exercise, maybe like you're jumping jacking the whole time you're watching my video. That could be not. I'm not really sure. And then your reading, here we are together. Morning, Travis, what's going on? And then your scribing. So maybe taking down a couple notes, some things that you can utilize from this, or something that just stood out to you, whether that's like on your phone, on a piece of paper, in a journal, whatever that is, but some sort of scribing, right? Writing, because that's what fit into savers. So we start off, I'm going quick because by 2 minutes, I have to be like ready to do my talk. So here we go. What's your gratitude for today, right? Your gratitude and your affirmations. Gratitude for me, this beautiful day is just time with my family. Like, I love our morning routine is where we really like spend some time with one another because my kids are always gone in the evening. So I love the morning features. My kids get up, like my son's alarm went up at 5 a.m. this morning. Gratitude for his craziness, although he needs to sleep more. Affirmations for me today is like completely I am love, and that's what this video is about. So I'm excited to talk about that. But like, I am love, like through and through. And when I was working with a coach and like we removed all this different stuff, and I was like, I'm light, I'm joy, I'm energy, but really all of that is I am love. That's what exudes for me. So that's my first things, right? Your exercise, yeah, I'm gonna be doing that in a little bit here. And then silence, or I'm sorry, your savers, you can write things down. Don't worry. Morning, Nick, you're doing a video with us, so wherever you want to be, it's perfect. You don't have to be on this side if you don't want to be. The guy's Nick's here. He's so excited. I think he's just gonna stay right over there. I'm talking to the video. This happens every morning when you're not here. Morning, Alex. What's going on, Larry? Okay, so write your good morning, sunshine, and then share something with me as well. And we're gonna get right into our subject because that was 2 minutes. I'm gonna get like an egg timer so that we know exactly when 2 minutes is up. Just do this just a bit. You're gonna like really just go from that side, huh? All right, so love with, I don't know if that even made sense to you guys on my post today. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But it's been something that I've been thinking about of, I guess, basically like expression of what people do to tell other people how they feel and what their intention is when they do that. So number one thing that I see is that a lot of times people just don't. Like, they just decide not to tell people how they feel. So weird with you right there. Morning, Tim. How are you? They just don't. Like, they'll have a feeling, and whether that's like love or happiness or gratitude or thankfulness for someone or something, and they might say it internally, but they hold it in instead of expressing it, right? And there's a lot of different reasons why we would do that, why we would hold it into ourselves. The number one is probably because we're going to be worried about what others, like somebody else thinks, or we just don't take the time to do it. Like, oh man, like I'm super grateful for this person in my life, or I'm super excited to have this relationship in my life, or even for a thing, but we don't express it. We just we hold it inside, right? And it's like, well, what are they gonna, like, what if they don't say the same thing, or what if they don't agree, or what if I express it and I don't get what I want out of that expression? So that's the other part of what I was talking about here, which is love with your heart, not with your ego, right? When you're loving with your ego, oh, Katie, I love it. Sorry, I'm just like reading these, and Katie, the movie comes out pretty soon, right? So did you pre-order it? I hope you did. Okay, loving with your, like loving for ego, or like expressing something for your ego as opposed to just like coming from a space of love would mean that you're saying something because you want to get it back. Like, or you're not saying something because you're afraid of how it's going to damage or influence who you are. And that, like, what that looks like for me would be if you say something to someone and you're just like, stop, and you're like, okay, say it back to me now. Like, oh, you look super good today. And then like, do you want to tell me I look good today? Or just like, you know, you're like any sort of compliment, right? Or just a simple like, I love you, and you're just like, do you want to tell me that you love me now? Do you guys do this? I know that we all do this. Absolutely everybody does that. That's when you're loving with your ego, when you're wanting to hear it back on the other end, right? Or the opposite of loving with your ego, not even caring if you hear it back, would be when you don't say something because you're afraid that it's going to damage your ego if you don't get back what you want to hear. So like you state it, or you don't state it because like what if you say something like, wow, like you're an incredible person, and then you don't get it back? Like that doesn't, like for some of us, like that just hurts because we're like, oh, I said it, so why didn't they say it? And this isn't just necessarily I love you, it's just compliments, it's gratitude. Like when you feel gratitude for someone, are you expressing it without an expectation of what they say back to you? And there's been just a couple different like moments in my life that I've been thinking about over the last few days where I see this continuously. And one, actually I'll go to the most important one at the end, but like one, I had a friend that like it was just like super rando, just sent me a voice message a couple days ago of like simply like just thanking me for our friendship and telling me that she loves me. Like when she's like, I thought about it, and the second I thought about it, like sometimes it comes into your mind and you just let it go, but she's like, I just wanted to tell you that. Like no reason, no expectation, didn't want to message back. It was just like, I'm feeling this, I'm just going to shoot it out to you, which felt incredible, right? Not only did she feel that, but then she felt the need to express it and didn't have any expectations upon that. And I don't think we do that enough. Like how many times do you think about somebody that you're thankful for in your life throughout the day, and then you just let it ride, you just let it go, right? There was another moment where actually I was with this guy that's over here that he was not getting behind the camera, and we're hanging out at I guess you'd call it lunch or breakfast or cocktails. I'm not really sure. Okay, it's cocktails. And one of his boys is in town and just visiting, and we're in the middle of a conversation, straight up in the middle of a conversation, and the guy stops and just says, "Yo, boy." That's probably what he says. "Yo, boy, I love you," to the other guy, to his friend. Like in the middle of a conversation, like I need to express this right now. He's like, sorry, I just gotta tell him that. Like not with expectations of what he's gonna answer. Like he was just showing appreciation for this person in his life out of nowhere. Which like that's just something that's special when you can share that with someone, right? And it lands here, which is why I actually initially wanted to talk about this, is that when you don't express the love that you have, the feelings that you have, the gratitude that you have for other people, and you don't like put it out there, guys, sometimes life happens where the opportunity to show that love and expression is gone. And I have a really good friend who's going through a lot of life right now and has recently lost someone in her sphere. And I'm sure that she's a very expressionist person, so I'm sure that she said she loves you all the time, and she showed him that gratitude before he passed away. But there's the opportunity to live life while we're living, and sometimes, I mean, you don't know when that's going to go away. So what have you left unsaid that you feel like, I mean, I'm not saying like every single moment you can be like all over everybody, like, oh my God, I love you so much. Like, what if you're not here tomorrow? That's not what it is. But when you feel it, expressing it, and just knowing that you're lighting people up as much as you can, regardless of how they react to what you say. So that's what we have for this morning. You guys wrote your good morning sunshines. I see you doing that on there. Make sure you're sharing your gratitude. And instead of just sharing with me this morning on here, pick someone in your life that maybe you feel gratitude for, love for, caring for, and you're just not stating it. And do it without, like, you don't even want them to respond. Like, that's not what you're looking for. It's just because you want to let them know how you're feeling. All right. I hope you guys have a most fantastic day. Rodney, you just joined, so you're going to have to start all the way over. I'll post in just a second. But while I'm doing that, share your good morning sunshine and your gratitudes. Goodbye, my loves.